It's a tough one to get out.
That is good. Marvin Hagler wouldn't have any problem being from Brockton, Massachusetts. Well, obviously he's got somewhat of the same physical characteristics. He's got to be getting a little lower, I think, though, because Stinson's using that jab very effectively. And if he keeps, he's already reddened the face of Jeff Shelberg, and he can't eat too many of those jabs without bleeding, perhaps.
Just a minute gone in the first round. Once again, the scoring here in Nevada, the 10-point plus system. 3 judges at ringside officiating. The referee does not matter in the tallying. Shelburg getting off here in the second round.
Well, he wants to work to the body, but Marvin Stinson's getting off first, and Stinson's hand speed is giving Jeff a lot of problems so far in this fight.
Halfway through round number 2. Marvin said to me earlier that he's not happy with the progress of his career. He would like to have gotten into the bigger name fighters much sooner.
Well, both these fighters, I think they're only 1 or 2 fights away from fighting a top contender. Stinson certainly ought to be. He was an outstanding amateur, as you know, from calling a couple of his amateur fights. And people are surprised he hasn't progressed a little more rapidly.
Less than a minute to go in round 2. Stinson continues to score with his jab. Shelburg seems unable to pick off those left hands.
Now the jab is really doing a number on him now, and again we'll see the hand speed of Marvin Stinson at work. And Shelburg just can't cope with it.
The last few seconds, Stinson may have established something here. He has Shelburg against the ropes. He's connecting a lot. There's a big right uppercut. Shelburg looking for a sneaky right hand, but Marvin crowds him.
Well, he used that uppercut very effectively there, and he's showing us a good repertoire of punches, Marvin Stinson, and he should. He's an experienced amateur and professional fighter.
Less than 10 seconds to go. And Stinson shooting the left. And he certainly has established the fact that he can fight Shelburg inside or outside. So we're through 2 rounds. It's scheduled for 10. We'll be right back for more from the desert in Las Vegas. Visits Ithaca. Round 3. Heavyweights Marvin Stinson in the blue, Jeff Shelberg in the black.
Well, if Jeff Shelberg is going to get back into this, he's going to have to stop standing so upright. He's got to be down low, bobbing, weaving, and coming up with that left hook to the body and the head. But as a stand-up target, Marvin Stinson will pick him apart all day.
Shelberg's hobby is falconry. He trains eagles and hawks. And he's got himself a big problem here tonight with another bird of prey, Marvin Stinson of Philadelphia.
And Marvin's doing most of the stalking so far in this fight.
Left, right by Stinson, shoots the left as he continues to mask the points here.
Well, when the action's in the center of the ring like this, Marvin Stinson has things all his own way. And he has not gotten into exchanging punches inside too often now with Shelburg, although he's shown the mastery of that situation as well.
Stinson came up with a left hook and then shot a right. And Jeff Shelberg's face is very red. There are no cuts, however. Notice, too, that as we're halfway through round 3, that Carlos Padilla is fighting their way, not stepping in. We really haven't had too many clinches in this one. It's been toe-to-toe.
Marvin Stinson hit him with a right hand, a short right hand right on the button, and Jeff Shelberg hardly blinked. So we know that Jeff Shelberg can certainly take a punch. He's taking some tremendous shots from Stinson so far.
Stinson rocks Shelberg with a couple of lefts. And Jeff keeps moving forward once more. Now Marvin worked the body a little bit. Matter of fact, I'm surprised that Marvin isn't working the body a lot more.
Well, I would think he would be as well. Shelberg's a big man and probably has some extra weight on him. And maybe Stinson doesn't want to give him a good idea. He might work the body himself, Shelberg.
Left uppercut by Stinson, and now we have a trickle of blood coming out of the nostrils of Jeff Shelberg. Nothing major. Less than 30 seconds to go in round 3.
Well, Marvin Stinson has been working with Larry Holmes for the last few months, helping him get ready for that fight with Muhammad Ali, which we may have a little more about later in this broadcast. And that kind of schooling really shows. Marvin Stinson is a polished fighter. He's showing us a real clinic right now during this round.
That's right, and I've got to believe that all those weeks of training with Larry Holmes has got to give him a lot of poise. Marvin Stinson beating a rat-a-tat-tat on Jeff Shelberg. We'll be back with more of this heavyweight encounter after this. Stinson and Jeff Shelberg have disputed their stools. They refuse to sit down. They're standing up between rounds as you look at one of the pretty girl cards here in Las Vegas. Should I say card girls?
I think so. She might be the boxing blockbuster. I don't know.
Card girls. Okay, here we go. Round number 4. That's Stinson in blue, Shelberg in black. Now, Shelberg has taken a lot of punishment, but let's not take him for granted. This guy has knocked out 17 people, so he's got to have a punch, and Marvin's got to be careful.
Well, and he's taken everything that Marvin Stinson has thrown, and some of those punches he hasn't blinked. I mean, he has stood right there and taken those shots. So as this fight progresses, if Shelberg can keep himself in the fight, he may stand a good chance if Stinson gets weary.
Now Stinson is complaining to Virginia about something. I believe it was a butt.
Well, Eddie Fletch, Stinson's trainer, might say, you have no right to complain. If you're that close that he can butt you, you're not fighting your fight.
Shelberg's biggest weakness, I think, is a lack of hand movement on defense. He does not block any punches.
And he doesn't move his head. And if you're a fighter of his stature and you're coming in, you should be bobbing and weaving, and you should be much lower than he is. He's eating those left jabs because he's not bending at the waist.
A big right hand, and Marvin Stinson is hurting him down. Exactly what we talked about. Look for the surprise. Marvin is rolling.
A big overhand right, and I don't think Marvin Stinson is going to get back in this fight.
Marvin was up at 7, certainly rocked. Virginia's going to allow it to continue, and Marvin now has to survive.
Marvin is really hurt, and I don't know if he's going to be able to stand up during the rest of this round.
Shelberg now trying to clean up. He's got plenty of time in the round. Marvin is covering up on the ropes, and he is in big trouble. He is tying up Shelberg. Marvin can't throw a punch. He is staggered, throws out a jab. All he wants to do now is survive the last minute of this round.
Well, he's trying to hold on, and that's a good tactic. A big left hook by Shelberg, and Jeff Shelberg is finding it hard to finish off Marvin Stinson.
Marvin was rolling around as if in a dream. It certainly was a nightmare. He got out of speed at 7. He survived that knockdown. Now he must survive the round. Let's see if he can do it.
Well, he's coming back now. I think he's starting to shake the cobwebs clear, unless Shelberg can land another one of his rounds.
Now Marvin yells at Shelberg. He's screaming at Shelberg. He's just saying, I'm not out of this. I'm coming back. I've got less than 40 seconds to go in the round.
And I think he was again mad about a bus that Shelberg hit him.
A big left hand by Shelberg. Marvin goes back to the left of his own. And we have got a war. A left uppercut by Stinson. Less than 10 seconds to go in the round. Now Shelberg is holding on. Lost the round, but he certainly didn't take the exit after that tremendous right hand.
No, he didn't. And at the end of that round, I've never seen anything quite like that in boxing. He was screaming at Shelberg as he was hitting him.
Well, Marvin Stinson had dominated the first 3 rounds. Shelberg came with an overhand right that rocked Stinson. Marvin fought back. We are now in round 5. This is scheduled for 10. It's a beauty.
Well, Marvin Stinson certainly could use a round where he would box Shelberg and try and stay on his bicycle and stay outside, but he's not doing that. He's right in there slugging with him.
Marvin now dealing out some punishment of his own. We know this about Jeff Shelberg. The man can take a punch, and he also has his thundering right hand, which he just delivered again. Marvin Stinson with a combination of his own.
Well, you pointed out just before that knockdown that he knocked 17 people down, and we had
Salt Lake City in the black. Every minute of this fight so far has been really entertaining. There's a slight swelling of Shelberg's right eye. No cuts. The one knockdown certainly was filled with intrigue as Stinson went down in the fourth round, got up at 7 after taking a thundering right hand, survived the round, and in fact I thought won the next round, the fifth. I think he did so.
Yeah, I think he won it convincingly. It's amazing Shelberg hasn't cut because he's just eaten left jab after left jab from Stinson. He's been hit with plenty of rights also, and I would think by now the cut would have opened, but his face is red, but there's no cuts. A little swelling, as you mentioned.
Just a minute gone in the 6th round, I guarantee you that Shelberg is thinking about using that overhand right again.
You can almost see it in his mind. He's looking for some way to set it up, and I think he might help himself if he throws some jabs to set it up, but he hasn't done that so far.
Stinson weighed 210 and a half this afternoon. Jeff Shelberg was 205 and a half.
Some people think 210's a little heavy for Marvin Stinson, and as we go on now, we're into the 6th round, we may find that to be a liability for him.
There's that right hand again from Shelberg, and Stinson shook it off. And Shelberg was blocked by Stinson that time when he tried the right hand. Stinson is now has an opportunity to take charge here because in this round, Shelberg's left eye has swelled very much, and his right eye is closing. We've got less than a minute to go, and Shelberg has a growing problem about his eye.
Marvin Stinson should be doing just what he's doing now, standing there and jabbing. He shouldn't get inside with Shelberg. He should stand back and box him. If he could jab continually, he could probably close both those eyes.
We're in the final minute of the 6th round. I would think that Shelberg would like to press his head against Marvin's chest, that he can't shoot the jab about those eyes. Less than 30 seconds to go. Another right hand from Shelberg is connected.
At any moment, he could land that big right again. We have to remember that he just did twice.
Marvin's taking his best though. Stinson stands right there, taking the best from Shelberg and dealing out punishment of his own.
The big question is why? I don't know why he's not just standing back and jabbing and boxing. That's his game plan in any case, and he just hasn't stuck to it.
Less than 10 seconds to go, and I think Marvin Stinson here is taking charge. I think he wants to show that he's knocked down, but he's going to come back. We'll find out more as Stinson. It'll play Saturday night, 10:30 p.m. Eastern. Check it out on ESPN. Here we go, round number 7. Marvin Stinson in the blue, Jeff Shelberg in the black.
Neither of these fighters have gone 10 rounds very often. Stinson has gone 10 rounds twice and Shelberg once. So we may find out tonight whether they've got the stamina to go 10. And of course, this pace has been absolutely brutal, so it wouldn't be surprising if they got fatigued.
At this point in the fight, Stinson is certainly ahead, but not by that much. Shelberg, I think, has to take Stinson out to win the fight if they're going to go all the way.
Well,
he won every round.
At this point, it appears so. Now, you could certainly Shelberg's round should have been a 2-point round because he did knock him down, but still, he's got to win these rounds convincingly and probably knock Stinson out. But he obviously has the capabilities to do it.
The 7's a minute old. Remember, it's the 10-point must system here in Nevada, and Shelberg is taking a lot of punches.
And his left eye is all but closed at this point. And a lead right hand could be a big weapon because he can't see it coming.
Stinson is clear-eyed. There's no question that he has shaken off this 4th round knockout. And he is taking his time now with Shelberg. He's not in a rush. We're halfway through the 7th. He's looking to do damage to Shelberg's eyes.
You know, a year or two from now, if Marvin Stinson does continue his climb up the heavyweight ladder, he may look back on that 4th round tonight and see that as a real turning point in his career. Because he could just as easily have stayed down for that incredible right hand.
Meanwhile, we've got a long way to go here. Shelberg has got dynamite in that right hand. Stinson has to be careful. While Marvin is cleaning up here, totaling a lot of points, remember, Shelberg has a tough right hand. Less than a minute to go in the 7th round. Action-packed fight. A right left by Shelburg. Digs a left hand into the abdomen of Stinson, and he just shakes it off. Stinson, none the worse for taking those 3 punches.
Well, Marvin Stinson is warm to the occasion right now, and he's really showing us some excellent hand speeds. He's throwing some good combinations. He threw a couple just south of the border there.
Jeff Shelberg likens himself after the immortal Rocky Marciano, and it's the same style. He continues to burrow ahead, takes a lot of punches, maybe 3 or 4 in every one that he connects with.
And the big difference is Jeff Shelberg is not a busy fighter. If he had been a busier fighter tonight, he might have been done a little better, but he's not throwing enough leather.
Left hook by Shelberg connects with the final seconds now of the 7th round, and once again, Stinson has amassed a lot of points. Well, we've got 3 more rounds scheduled in this one. It could end at any moment, though. Stay tuned. Back in Las Vegas, Fight Night on ESPN. 2.5 hours of fistic entertainment for you as we continue with a heavyweight encounter between Marvin Stinson of Philadelphia and Jeff Shelberg of Salt Lake City. And here we go, round 8. Shelberg in the black has severe swelling about his eyes. He knocked down Stinson in the 4th, but Marvin got up, shook it off, and has come back strongly. Shelberg looking now for the haymaker. That's his only shot here in this fight.
Well, that's true, and at this point he's looking to wind up that right hand, but he's got a lot of swelling around both eyes, and I'm not sure he can find Marvin Stinson with that punch.
Stinson with a good right uppercut, followed by a left. And you can sense that Shelberg is looking to shoot that right hand, looking to catch lightning in a bottle.
So we talked about the frustration of Marvin Stinson hitting Shelberg with so many punches and him not going down. What about the frustration Shelberg must feel after he hit him with probably as good a right hand as he could ever throw? Marvin Stinson just needs to stay down.
Jeff Shelberg, a city construction worker in Salt Lake City. Ron Stander, who lost a decision to Shelberg, said that Shelberg was the hardest puncher he's ever fought.
And Ron Stander's been in with some pretty good punchers in his day.
Stinson's got a cut on the side of his left eye as we're halfway through round 8. Now that could be a factor. Doesn't seem like a cut that would impair his vision. It's the side of his eye. Because Stinson connects with the left right.
Yeah, and Marvin Stinson's also going to the body now, and Shelberg winced on one of those left hooks to the body, so it could be that he's getting a little fatigued at this point. Should be.
Less than a minute to go, and Shelberg connected with that right hand again and blocks Stinson.
Another right.
Now Marvin picked that off with his glove, though. That cut on the side of Stinson's left eye is a small cut. It's not a major cut. There's not blood flowing.
His left eye is completely shut now, and I think Marvin Stinson may be looking to land a good lead right hand, and that could really give a lot of problems to Shelberg.
Less than 30 seconds to go in the 8th round. These two young heavyweights have earned their pay tonight. Shelberg connected with a left and a right.
Well, the drama of this fight is that you still can't count Jeff Shelberg out, because every once in a while he'll uncork one of those bombs, and we saw what it did to him the last time, and that one just missed.
Here comes the bell. That does it. We're through 8. Stinson and Shelberg on ESPN. You must know her rather well. Sal Marciano with Al Bernstein of Ring Magazine. We're back in Las Vegas. It's a heavyweight battle between Marvin Stinson and Jeff Shelberg. It's scheduled for 10. There's one of the card girls, Jan Taylor of Caesar's Palace. We've had one knockdown in this fight in the 4th round. Shelberg knocked down Stinson with a tremendous hand. Marvin rolled around on the canvas, got up at the count of 7, shook it off, and screamed at Shelberg. seriously swelled. His left eye is almost closed. But at any moment, he could unleash that right hand again. While Marvin is ahead, seemingly on points, Shelberg still has the opportunity with that right hand of taking him out. Because Shelberg has knocked out 17 people in his 3 victories.
But it still remains a mystery to me that Marvin Stinson wants to stand there and mix it up. He could box his last 2 rounds and stay away from Jeff Shelberg and win a decision easily. But I guess he wants to make it a convincing decision. Perhaps he thinks that's what it'll take to get him a fight with a top contender.
The 9th is 1 minute old. Shelberg continues to press ahead. I wonder how much he can see. He's got to have a big problem.
He does, and I'll tell you, we've talked a lot about the jab and uppercut of Stinson. Stinson's landing a lot of left hooks, and that may close the other eye at this point because his left eye has got problems and his right eye.
We just passed the halfway mark of the 9th round. A big right uppercut by Stinson. Another one. And there's no question that Shelberg can't see that punch.
He can't possibly, but that punch seems to have virtually no effect on him. He just keeps coming forward, and Angelo Curley told us he could take a terrific punch before the fight, and he wasn't lying.
Less than a minute to go in the 9th.
And early in the fight, Marvin Stinson complained about butting from Shelberg, but he's using his head as a pretty effective weapon right now with those swollen eyes of Shelberg in the way.
Now Shelberg on the ropes. Marvin's got some punching room. I think Stinson has once again scored enough in this round to win this round.
No question about that. Shelberg would have to knock him down to win the round, and even then it'd be problematical.
In the final seconds of the 9th round, these fighters must have trained well. We know that Marvin spent weeks sparring.
Big caught by Shelberg, hurt him.
Neither of them showing fatigue. They continued to rock each other with punches and were in the late stages of the 9th round.
And that was a terrific left hook by Shelberg. And Marvin Stinson was stunned for a moment, but he has a lot of heart. He came right back.
We've got one more round to go in this battle. Jeff Shelberg and Marvin Stinson split screen is being prepared for the 10th round. Al Bernstein and I have identical unofficial cards. We both give Shelberg over the 4th round when he knocked down Stinson.
That's the only round I think he could possibly have won on anyone's card. And of course, that all becomes academic if he should land one of those big rights again. But at this point, that's really his only hope of winning the fight, it appears to us at this point.
Shelberg in the black with a record of 20-2. Oddly, both his losses against Utah heavyweight champion Tony Kulu 2 years ago. Both defeats in 1 year. Otherwise, Shelberg has knocked out 17 of his 20 victims. We're in the final 3 minutes of the fight.
And Jeff Shelberg has a 7-fight winning streak that appears to be coming to an end unless he can land one of those big right hands.
Stinson continues to headhunt.
Well, Marvin Stinson wants to make this a very convincing 10th round. But he's got to be careful because Jeff Shelberg can punch.
Marvin certainly is not coasting.
No, not at all.
Just a minute gone in the 10th round. We remarked earlier that Marvin was limping on his way back to the corner after every round, but it certainly is not going to factor. It may have hurt his foot in training or may have twisted it tonight, but it's not going to factor.
No, it certainly hasn't been in evidence, although he hasn't shown us as much foot movement as we thought he would. He stood toe-to-toe with Shelberg for a lot of this fight, perhaps more than was wise.
We mentioned earlier that there was a cut on the side of Stinson's left eye. It has been doctored rather well. There's no blood there. We just passed the halfway mark of the final round.
And they're still standing toe-to-toe as they have been for 10 rounds.
Shelberg takes to the right and left. Stinson comes right back with a flurry of his own.
Stinson did some talking to him right there.
This has been a treat for us. I know it's been a treat for you. And now blood is coming out of the nose of Jeff Shelberg.
see Jeff Shelberg there. He took a lot of punishment during that fight. Both eyes are swollen, and he's probably just happy to see that 10 rounds end. And you see Stinson now, it appears he's limping a little bit again. Perhaps that injury was aggravated.
What a show they put on for us tonight here on ESPN. We have nothing but good things to say about Jeff Shelberg of Salt Lake City. There he is. You can see how much his eyes were damaged. They're applying the ice pack. He knocked down Marvin Stinson in the 4th round. We thought that Marvin was away, came back, rallied, and now let's get the decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a unanimous decision. Judge Dwayne Ford scores 98-92. Judge Bob Morton scores 99-91. And Judge Paul Smith scores 99-91. For the winner by unanimous decision, Marvin Stinson.
A tremendous victory for Marvin Stinson, who managed to get off the canvas in the 4th round and rally to defeat a game Jeff Shelburg. Marvin Stinson has won 13 fights. He's lost none. He has 3 draws. And Jeff Shelberg loses only his 3rd fight in 23 starts. We'll be right back to talk. Stinson of Philadelphia has scored a 10-round unanimous decision over Jeff Shelberg here in Las Vegas. Well earned, because, big guy, you got off the canvas in the 4th to win the fight. You were rolling around that canvas as if you were in a bad dream.
Yeah, it was determination, though. You know, I had to pull it out because this might take me to the top. So I just got up off the cameras. Let's go for broke. You know, whatever happened, let's do it. That's what I feel.
With us is the famed trainer Eddie Futch. We were going to take a look at that knockdown. Eddie, what was your evaluation of him getting up and winning the fight?
Well, I thought it was a great feat. I mean, he was really hit by a good puncher. Got hit right on the chin with a great shot. And if he hadn't been in such great shape and had such a big heart, he never would have made it.
Now, you've been working for weeks with the champ Larry Holmes. I'm sure that work paid off for you.
Oh, yeah. It was determination. He hit me with good shots. I come right back. It's just the thing that there's no quitting Philadelphia fighting. You can't quit in that ring. You quit in the ring, they're going to beat you up when you come back to the gym.
Can you repeat what you were yelling at Shelberg after you got up and shook the cobwebs out of your head?
Yeah, well, I just tell him, come on, let's fight. Let's fight. You know, I just wanted to kill them. Just kill, let's go.
Well, you really got it on. Eddie, what's your timetable with Marvin? I know he's not happy with his progress in the heavyweight ranks.
Right. Well, this is a turning point. This was a key fight. We're going to digest this one and see what we can make out of it. I think now with that type of showing that he'll have to get consideration among the top contenders.
Very exciting show, Marvin. A well-earned victory. You showed a lot of heart, a lot of firepower. We're going to have Jeff Shelberg come on here. I know that you have a lot of praise for this guy.
Yeah, he was a good puncher. I was trying to dig in the body. I had a punch in the body to take his power away from me. But I think it was the 6th or 7th round when he dropped me, or 4th round, something like that.
We're going to take a look at the last 30 seconds of the fight, and Shelberg would not just give in. He came right back in that last 30 seconds.
Right, he came back, he hurt me there. But it was termination again, let's get on. He hit me, he hurt me, I was rolling. I had to get my hands up. I knew where I was at. But I knew I had to come back. I knew he was going to run out of gas because I was digging on body shots there.
Before we go, I noticed you limped between rounds. What happened with your left foot?
I think when I got knocked down, I sprained my ankle. And from there on, it felt like it just kept getting worse and worse. But, you know, that's why I wasn't moving as much. I would have took more to it.
Congratulations. It's a Philadelphia week. The Phillies win the World Series, and Marvin Stinson comes on. Congratulations. Thank you, Eddie. Thank you very much. We're going to bring on Jeff Shelberg, who lost, but I'll tell you what, he had to win the hearts of boxing fans everywhere, because here in Las Vegas, they're applauding Jeff Shelberg. Big guy, you put up quite a battle.
Well, it wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be. I didn't have that much sparring for this fight. So, you know, I need some more taller guys to work with. I'm really hurting bad for some good sparring and his range and everything. I've been working with littler guys, shorter guys, so now I'm going to start working with some taller guys and give it a train a lot harder. He's been working with Holmes and everything, and I wish I had the chance to work with people like that, but next time I'll be in a lot better shape, and next time I'll know I'll knock him out.
Jeff, you did land that big right hand in the 4th round that sent him down. Did you want to be a busier fighter? You didn't land as many punches, I don't think, as you anticipated. Did you want to be busier to the body and the head?
Yeah, I did.